Hey man, what the do y'all know about sports?
You are now listening to the Best Damn Sports Podcast. Period. Welcome back, everyone, to the What Do Women Know About Sports Podcast. I am Bree Nicole.
And I'm Vicky D.
What's up, Victoria?
What's going on?
New week?
Yes.
It's been a day.
It has in St. Louis, yes.
It's been a really bad
Happy Friday the 13th, yes.
Oh my God. It has been, I'm over it.
If you don't believe in Friday the 13th,
just Google St. Louis on 20, just Google us today.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Pretty much.
I hope I'll get a parking ticket, but that's okay.
You'll be all right.
So, before we hop in, have you watched Mighty Ducks yet?
No.
Victoria, I'm still disappointed. I don't understand what's stopping you from watching Mighty Ducks. Nate, have you seen Mighty Ducks?
I have not.
See, I'm not the only one.
All
Thank you.
Well, good night. See you all next week. Like, I am offended still.
So, in case you all didn't see the last episode, Bree was mad because I have not seen the Mighty Ducks 1, 2, 3, whatever, how many they have. Yeah, so I'm sorry. I'll try. I don't know if it's on Disney Plus. I will check it out.
I haven't seen it yet on Disney Plus.
Okay. Well, I will YouTube it. You know, they still have Hollywood Video or something like that. I'll go.
They do?
Yeah.
Where?
Like on it's out in Florissant somewhere, but yeah, they still have a Hollywood Video or something like that. I'll go see if they got it. You know. It's no big deal.
It's no big deal. Okay. I guess. So it's been like a pretty good week in the world of sports, athletics.
Right.
Let's start with your guy, Gerrit Cole.
Oh, my guy, Gerrit Cole. So he's been the most talked about pitcher this week because he is basically the highest paid pitcher in baseball history.
Is he worth it though?
Oh, that's what people are asking.
That's
he's
the major question.
Yeah, so he's had pretty good seasons, the last season and this season. So if you don't know, he has played for the Pittsburgh Pirates. This when he was drafted, and then he most recently played for the Houston Astros.
Okay.
So he was the league's. He had the most strikeouts. So he's according to the New York Yankees, he's worth $324 million.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the highest. He's the highest paid pitcher ever. So if you break it down, that's like $36 million a season. Crazy. So that's ridiculous. So
I mean, it's an accomplishment. Whether we believe he's worth it or not, it's still pretty good to just be like, I'm this person at this moment in time.
Right. So he's actually been a Yankees fan. His dad, he's Syracuse born. So his father raised him as like a Yankees fan in California. So I mean, he's
been playing. Was born into this.
Right.
Okay.
And so not only was the contract, not only did that kind of solidify his decision, but they also provided Gerrit Cole with like one of their. It's a 30-pound contraption, so it's shaped in like the home plate with a giant interlocking NY. That when you open it, it reveals like the franchise's stadium with an iPad in the middle, and it contains pretty much every question you would have about the franchise, from like the breakdowns of the 27 championships that they had, where to live, and have your kids go to school. So that pretty much sold him and his wife to come to New York. So. And there was a bunch of teams that were interested in him. So, I mean, other teams have set their game up if they really want who they want. So,
I mean, the Yankees trying to make off-season moves,
right?
Right.
So, I know many fans of the Yankees are so excited. Shout out to Dre, because he was super excited. That's like the Christmas present. That's their Christmas present, just to have Gerrit Cole on their team, on the rotation. So I know,
congrats to them,
right? So they're happy to see this guy in the pinstripes, in the infamous pinstripes. So hopefully, the Yankees haven't won a World Series in a decade, since 2009, which is crazy because they're They're the number one team.
Our decade going to be up. We haven't won one.
It's since 2011, right? So, I know. So we know how that feels. So
we know how it feels,
right? So hopefully Gerrit Cole can bring them at least
a championship.
You know, it'll be worth him coming and having a big contract. So
that's what's up.
Yeah.
So while we're on the topic of baseball, so the MLB has issued out an updated
drug program. In the wake of I don't know if y'all heard of Tyler Skaggs, but he actually died from like opioids. He played for the Los Angeles Angels.
Okay.
So this kind of comes in the wake of his death. He died in July of this year, the summer. So they announced this past Thursday, December 12th, that they were going to drop. So they were initially tested for like marijuana, which I don't know why. like, come on now.
It's going to include other things now.
Well, yeah. So they're removing naturally derived marijuana, CBD, and THC from the list of drugs of abuse. So they're going to include opioids, cocaine, and synthetic THC.
Okay.
Not the real one, but the fake.
I mean, they should have been testing for stuff like that anyway.
I mean, duh.
I don't understand what they were waiting on.
Right.
Like what really were you waiting on?
Right. So, as I mentioned, this comes in the wake of Tyler Skaggs' death. They did reveal the autopsy. So they ruled it as like an accident. So it was a combination of like opioids, alcohol in his system when he died, and he choked on his own vomit. This was they were on a road trip, and this happened in the hotel in Texas. Mm-hmm. So now the players who test for opioids, they will be given an initial evaluation by the Joint Treatment Board, and the treatment plan will be established. So they're offering help to these players, who have been tested for opioids. So MLB is being pretty progressive about this.
Yeah, but it's kind of, you should.
I know it took them this long to do it, yes.
But I like the progress.
Right.
It's all about progress.
Right. So, minor leaguers, they will face like a suspension of 25 games for their first failed. They did face suspension of 25 games for a failed marijuana test, 50 games for a second violation, and 100 for a third under the old program.
Okay.
This was under the old program, so it's gonna be effective when spring training begins in February. So
okay.
Right.
Which is pretty cool because I did read that now for like major league players, if they are like, if and when they are tested and they do come out positive, it's not going to be like an immediate like punishment. It's going to be like a treatment.
Right.
Which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
Send them to get help for it before you try to just suspend them. I think that's always a positive.
Exactly.
So I like the progress. It's progression.
Right.
It's forward thinking.
Right. And so like I feel like other the sport NBA, NFL, they need to
adapt this policy
step it up, right? But do you think they will though?
They should. They should, because a lot of people are dying from overdoses. Whether it's like rap world, hip hop, they need to just reevaluate like whatever policy they have in place currently, and just see if this same policy, just because it worked then, like will it currently work now?
I
just
don't
go
understand.
back and reevaluate whatever policy like there is on. Just go back and look at it and see like what changes can we make to our current policy that can now help in this particular era. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
I'm just like marijuana, like of all the drugs, like that's the least of their worries. Like that should be the least of your concern compared to like all these other hardcore drugs. Like you seriously that were not tested for cocaine? Like really?
I don't understand.
Really?
I don't get why not. But hey, I don't run these leagues, so
I'm just saying. Like of all the hardcore drugs, marijuana, really? That's like the most natural herb. Like
I guess they feel like it was a little bit stronger than cocaine. I don't know. Don't make me lie. I don't know.
Well, I can't wait for next season. I'm gonna pay close attention to these dugouts because, especially the Colorado Rockies, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, we got, and it's gonna be a lot of strikeouts. I'm just saying.
Hey,
You're gonna be a little slow, but no. So it's gonna be a lot of players that probably, if they haven't already,
failing their drug test.
Well, smoking marijuana.
I'm in here feeling a drug test.
Right.
But I hope it isn't. Like, not even being funny. I hope everybody is remain clean if you are, or if you're not, and you're trying to get clean. I hope you make it and you stay stay that way, because that's a hard habit to break.
Yeah,
it's a hard habit to break. But yeah, I'm happy about the forward thinking. It's needed. It should have been happened, but we can't talk about like what should have happened. Let's just focus on like what is currently happening.
And it's sad that it had to take a player's death.
Yeah, it's sad that it had to take for that, but I'm happy that they are making this change. So I can't fault them for that. So 2 claps for the MLB. Okay. So let's move it on over to not my favorite sport, but I'm trying to get there. The NFL.
Okay.
So everybody's favorite team, whether they love to hate them or they love them to love them.
Cheaters. Right.
The New England Patriots.
Right.
They are currently again in the news for a scandal.
Ooh.
The Pats are always in the news for a scandal.
Because they're always cheating. Like,
listen, before I start, I will tell y'all, because like football is not my biggest. I'm not that big of a football person. I will bandwagon the Pats. Like, I would be like, if they make it to the Super Bowl, I am riding my hardest for Tom Brady.
I'm appalled.
Listen, I don't know why.
Why? Please tell me.
It's Tom
why?
Brady.
Because
it's Tom
why?
Brady. Just because it's Tom Brady. And I just like Tom Brady. I will bandwagon them if they are in the playoffs. I do. I have done it before. Like when they went to Super Bowl, I was like, yeah, and I wasn't even a fan during the season.
Wow.
Because there's no other team that I really cared about.
Is it because he's like one of the greatest quarterbacks?
I guess, yep.
In history.
I guess, yep. I'm gonna go with that answer. I can't tell you why.
So you just gonna forget all about like them cheating and all these scandals they didn't have.
I don't care about
like,
Deflategate.
You don't care.
I wasn't there. I don't care. Listen, that does not take away from who Tom Brady is. It's still Tom Brady.
Okay. But what's been happening though?
Okay, so it's a scandal now that I don't think that many people think is that big of a deal. So it happened during Week 14. The Patriots sent a video team to Cleveland because they were playing at the time the
Browns, right? Or no, wait, who are they playing?
So Cleveland is the Browns, but this is about the Bengals. So I don't know how they call it.
Okay,
the Bengals.
Yes.
Whatever. Is that an animal? Is that an animal? Oh, okay. Sure. Okay. Whatever. So they sent a film crew to Cleveland to like document on like it's an advanced scout who was at the game watching the Browns and Bengals. Oh, so they sent a film crew to Cleveland like while the Browns and Bengals were playing the game.
Okay.
So and the Bengals were set to play the Patriots
name right.
in Week 15. So they were set to play the Patriots in Week 15. This some sort of tiger.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. The documentary was part of a Do Your Job series that previously existed on the Patriots website.
Okay.
So I'm guessing in the video, whoever was filming, they must have recorded like a sideline interaction or like a sideline coaching scenario or whatever's going on, like on the Bengals sideline that they should not have caught. Right.
Cheaters. Right.
And so when people see that, they think of like, oh, that's a violation. They're cheating. They're finna use that like for their playbook for the next game.
Right.
But I don't think it was really like that. I think it was just an accident that this was just caught like on the documentary.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it was really meant on purpose. It's a documentary. You just catch whatever is around.
Okay.
I don't really think it was like anything, like malicious. But that's just me because like it's a documentary. Like you catch all the bad stuff anyway. It's a documentary. Like you catch people doing what they're not supposed to be doing anyway.
No, okay.
So that's just how I took it. Some people feel like it's them cheating. They think it's like the Flakegate all over again. They feel like the Pats are always in a scandal, and Belichick, whenever there's a scandal, he just be like, "I wasn't there."
Right? He don't know nothing.
He don't know nothing. I mean, what do you think?
I don't know. Like,
However, I will say that this is not hurting their chances because a lot of people still feel like they're going to win it. They're going to go to.
I don't know because they've been playing a little crappy. They lost like 2 in a row. So
I mean, I'm not really like I just think it was.
I know this may be it for Tom Brady, man.
I mean, if it is, he is one of the greatest to ever.
Not taking that away.
He is one of the greatest to ever throw that football.
Okay, fake England Patriots fan. I hear you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm not mad. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
I mean, I was a Rams fan when I was like 10. I mean, no longer counts. So, have to bandwagon somebody.
Okay.
And Peyton Manning no longer plays. So,
Oh,
Oh,
you a Manning fan?
I mean, I like the family.
Oh,
I watched their 30 for 30.
got you. That's 30 for 30 is a good one.
Watch them.
Always a good one.
Always a good one. I like their family. But yeah, like, I don't really think it's like that big of a deal. But then again, I'm not really a football person, so don't really like take what I say as like facts because
we not.
I'm a bandwagoner when it comes to this.
We not.
But yeah, that's just how I took it. I just thought it was like on accident. It was it's not that big of a deal in my eyes, but I could be wrong. I mean, if you really are a Pats fan, it's not, just be like, oh, it was an accident. No big deal.
These Pat fans, they're not.
But some people do feel like it's Spygate 2.0 because it's definitely on film. A film crew caught it, and it is a violation.
Right.
And I will say the Patriots are under investigation for this. But I don't think they're going to get in trouble because, like, it could have really just been an accident. So, just got to wait to see what happens. Just got to wait and see.
Okay.
Because, just got to wait and see what happens. So, let's move. We haven't talked about women in sports in a long time.
Okay.
And, like being a girl, I'm all about the women empowerment. Whoop, whoop. Okay. So, if you are not aware, Megan Rapinoe, who is awesome, love her, has been named the Sports Person of the Year in Sports Illustrated. If you're watching our YouTube video, she is on the screen. Okay, Megan is amazing. She has purple hair. If you don't know who Megan Rapinoe,
favorite color, right?
favorite color. If you don't know who Megan Rapinoe is, I don't know where you've been, but she plays for the USA women's national soccer team. She is an Olympic gold medalist and a World Cup champion.
Right, she's dope.
She is I love her. She is really dope.
Mm-hmm.
And so to be named the Sports Person of the Year, it's one of the most illustrious, prestigious honor for anybody who plays a sport. So for her to be named this as the 65th person, that's an accomplishment. However, she has been having a lot to say because she feels that this particular award, when given out, it hasn't been as diverse as it should be.
Like how?
Not many women have received it. Not many women of color have received it. And so when she accepted her award the other night, during her speech at the Sports Illustrated event, she pointed that out during her speech. So I'm going to read you guys a little tidbit from her speech that she gave out. Honestly, I thought it was pretty dope what she said because I like her and I like what she stands for. Yeah, I have to find it. Sorry. Basically, what she was saying was just stuff on the Am I the first woman to get this? No. Like, she was just, and she said this in front of like all the big, like the big execs at Sports Illustrated. I doubt she get it again because like she called them out like during their own award. But it's needed because like if this is the 65th edition of this particular award and it's not really as diverse as it should be because women are dominating sports as well, that's a problem. Especially women and women of color. They need to like broaden their horizons because this sports is not just male dominated. It kind of still is, but women are on the come up,
right?
Especially when you are a person of her caliber and you are a Olympic gold medalist,
4-time,
a World Cup champion, and you are doing stuff that the men's team hasn't even accomplished.
But let's not go there.
But they picked her just because of what she has accomplished and what she did this year during the World Cup, which is amazing. I'm all for that. But don't let her be the last woman for years to come after.
So, like, Serena didn't win or anything?
Let's see how many women have made it. Because, like, I know... I
like,
don't
if
believe,
she didn't win, something, like...
I don't believe it has been, like, that many women, like, who have made... Like who have won, like, this. It's not diverse like that, which is a problem. I don't like that. Like, so why do you think they aren't picking like more diverse people for this award?
Well, we all know that people are not watching women's sports. So that's probably the number one reason right there. Like, nobody's watching women's sports. Everyone's watching
male dominated sports.
Exactly.
Okay.
So they checking for women. Like,
she's only the fourth woman to receive this award. In 65 years, she's just the fourth woman. That's a problem.
Yeah, that's sad.
65 years, fourth woman. 4. That's a problem. So in her speech on what she said was, is it true that I am the fourth woman deserving of this award? I don't think so, she said. Is it true that so few writers of color deserve to be featured in this publication? Is it true that so few women's voices deserve to be heard and deserve to be read in this publication? I don't think so. So basically what she's saying is that women are not winning this award and people of color who are writers are not being featured. What's the problem?
She's saying women of color
or
writers
not being featured
in Sports Illustrated?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, like, what is the problem? Like, why aren't you reaching out and broadening your aspect of trying to include everybody in this nationally acclaimed magazine that people do read? Now, I think it's great that she's on the cover. She's the person of the year. But if you know, like, what has been going on and or what has been transpiring, she's only the fourth woman. This really means nothing to her because it's not. This is a joke, basically. I mean, I'm sure she appreciates it, but I think this would matter more if it was fair in previous years, and I don't think it has been.
Right. I don't know. Maybe she'll be the one that'll change the game. I don't know, but something got to change.
Fourth.
I don't know. Like, I don't know how to. Like, how can people, like, how should I say this? Like, be more accepting of women's sports. Like, why aren't they watching more? You know what I'm saying? Like,
because like women's sports are like dope.
As we know, some women are better than men.
The women's USA basketball team, in my opinion, are better than the men. But because the men's team...
Are you saying they're being consistent?
Okay, better word. They are more consistent.
Because, yeah. I mean, the U.S. men's team, obviously they're better, but they haven't been winning, like, every...
Consistently.
Right, every 4 years.
Consistently. The women have.
Right.
They're consistent. And the women actually play team ball. The men don't always play team ball.
Well, they have to play team ball. Because they have to compensate for...
It's below the rim.
Right. So, yeah, obviously they're going to have better team, ball movement. So,
regardless, I think a change needs to happen. It should be more women who are deserving of this award as well. I agree. I agree with that. I don't think in 65th and 65 years that I don't think that just 4 women have been deserving. I don't. It should have, other women who we know of have been deserving of an award like this. Serena Williams. Like, really? Or a person like Diana Taurasi. Like, if you know what her accomplishments are as a basketball player, not as a person who plays in the WNBA, a basketball player in general. She has 3 NCAA titles, 3 WNBA championships, 4 gold medals. Like, that's a resume for anybody who plays a sport. That's a resume. Like, they need to make some changes, but until they do, I am going to congratulate Megan Rapinoe because I think this is an awesome honor. But I do agree with her that it's not fair. It's not diverse.
Right.
So they need to make some changes and make them fast because I don't like it. That's just my opinion. Okay, so enough about our great women empowerment because I think women are awesome. On the other day, I posted a little video that I saw. It was from the Houston Rockets and the Sacramento Kings game.
Right.
The game must have been really, really tight because Russell Westbrook in the fourth quarter, and keep in mind the game was played in Houston. He scored a basket, and it was 1 second remaining on the clock, and it put the Rockets up by 1. Now, you would think with just 1 second remaining, game over, Rockets winning, boom, boom, pow. They come out of a timeout. The Kings got the ball. He throw the ball into play, and I believe the young man's name is Belichick.
No, it's not Belichick. I can't pronounce his name.
Him. I can't pronounce it, but I know how to spell it. He catches the ball, and he shoots up a 3 before the buzzer and makes it.
With 1 second, guys.
With 1 second, he makes it. So here's my thing with that. The Rockets were celebrating.
Russell Westbrook was like, game over, game over,
like,
game over. I'm like, you kind of right about that. Game over for the Rockets.
He was like, game over. Listen, you got to be quicker than that. Because the King said, game is not over.
Here's my thing. So, we've seen examples time and time again. The game is not over until that clock says 0:00. Okay?
Until that buzzer.
The game is not over until that clock says 0. Okay?
They were celebrating real hard.
They were. And, like, teams, at this point, please, these teams should not be celebrating this early in the game, knowing it's still time left on that clock.
Because it don't take long to, like, throw in a ball and shoot a 3.
It does not.
And you need a little bit of space. They gave him that space.
And opportunity.
Listen, and it made it.
So, like,
it does not take long to throw in a ball.
Right. And it's so funny, like, watching these teams, like, you celebrating early. And then, and this is your home court, man. Okay, you celebrating early. And then the other team gets the opportunity to win the game. And they do. And then just to see the look of defeat.
It was really
on the other team's faces.
They was walking out like.
It's like.
The fans was looking like, wait a minute. Yeah.
To me, it's like.
Game over.
To me, it's like, that's what you get. Because you were not playing defense throughout the whole game.
It's the Rockets.
1
they
second
don't play defense.
They don't. They don't.
It's the Rockets. They don't play defense. They don't.
That's the thing. You know what? I'm going to give you some examples of some
like,
buzzer beaters, okay?
Nate, we like examples, don't we?
We're gonna give you some examples of some buzzer beaters, right? Okay. So remember Rasheed Wallace, right?
Yep.
All right. Remember him. So this was back in 2007. You know, he was playing on the Pistons. They were playing the Nuggets. And so they were down by 3 points, you know, less than 10 seconds. Rasheed Wallace hits, it was beyond half court, right? So he throws the ball and ends up making the 3 to tie the game and take it to overtime. And they ended up winning the game 113-109. Example 1. Example 2. Mr.
We getting more than one example?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Robert Horry, okay? If you remember, this is during the Western Conference Finals, I think around 2002. So this was like, I forgot it was like less than 10 seconds too, if I'm not mistaken. So Kobe throws a layup or whatever. 8 players wrestling for the ball at the hoop. Vlade Divac throws it back to Robert Horry. Robert Horry's at the 3-point line.
3.
Exactly. And they'll end up winning the game. Another example. 3. Another former Laker, Derek Fisher. And if you are a Laker fan, and if you were a previous Laker fan, you will know what shot I'm talking about. 0.4 seconds left on the clock. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm a Lakers fan.
Exactly.
Yes.
Ends up winning the game during the Western Conference Finals. Okay.
Listen.
One more.
I'm all about these.
I'm gonna hit you with one more. Mr. Tracy McGrady.
Oh.
Right. I don't know if you remember. This is his anniversary pass, December 4th. So, 35 seconds. He ends up getting 13 points in 35 seconds. Ends up winning the game 81-80. Moral of the story, play to the very end of the game. You never know what may happen. Okay?
I mean,
1 second or even 0.4 seconds can change the game.
Yeah, listen, the Rockets thought it was over.
They did, especially Russell Westbrook. He was drove.
He was like,
celebrating way too.
Game over.
Game over.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, you're right for y'all.
It was just so funny to see like their faces, like when the ball went in, they were just like
that's what y'all get.
So congrats to the Kings because that was an epic moment for them.
Yeah, and they're down a few players.
That might be a season changer for them. You never know.
Something like that could ignite them.
It only takes a small moment like that
exactly.
just to change up like a team's mindset.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be anything extravagant. A small moment like that can change a team's mindset into go mode.
Right.
So.
And they have been praying. Sacramento Kings have been quiet, for years. Like the last time they were like popping was when they were like during like 2000, like the early 2000s when they were playing like the Lakers and stuff. You know they're known for like their cowbells and stuff like that.
Cowbells.
Yeah, like what?
Cowbells.
You are not a Laker fan. If you're a Laker fan, you would know. Like they during that era, like the early 2000s, like fans would have like cowbells, like. To distract the play.
That's tacky. That's tacky.
Wow. You didn't know about that?
No. Why are we having Cowboys?
Y'all, she not a Laker fan. She not a Laker. She don't.
First of all, early 2000s, I could have been like 10. So let's read.
Dang. Well, see.
Let's think about this.
I mean, I was a kid too. What's your excuse?
But Victoria Cowbells, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. But yeah. Sacramento Kings.
I could have been like 10. I saw Mighty Ducks though, so right.
Anyway, but yeah, that's the last time they were really popping. So like they've been pretty quiet. So like you said, something like this can ignite them.
They really stopped popping after Boogie left for real too.
Okay, well yeah, I guess
because he did play for them.
Yeah, he did. They were still pretty like under the radar, but you know.
But you knew who Boogie was.
Well, yeah.
And he was always he was really aggressive too. He's still aggressive.
Right. So.
I don't know. I agree. Do not count the game out with just a second left. Anything. You play until the clock has hit 0. And that buzzer sounds.
Exactly.
If you don't hear that.
Don't be lacking on defense.
If you don't hear that, the game is still in play.
Right.
It is still in play.
I don't understand why these teams are not understanding. Like,
if you don't believe in buzzer beaters, listen. My favorite college team is the UConn women's team. UConn has 11 national championships in total. Their last couple of times of going to the Final Four, it is Notre Dame, Arike Ogunbowale. 2 years in a row has hit a buzzer beater against them and won. That's how impactful a buzzer beater can be. That's a big deal. So you do not listen. You do not stop. You do not don't celebrate and there is still time on the clock.
Right.
No. You have to play until it ends.
Or you'll have that stupid look on your face, like
the Rockets. But I kind of feel like They don't play defense.
They don't.
Because, like, when that boy threw the ball in, they was not even watching him. You should be watching wherever you think the ball is going. You should be on defense ready. But because that's not a normal for them, they don't play it.
I'm just saying, like, all these examples that y'all probably have, that they probably have seen, and y'all not learning. Like,
yeah.
Come on, y'all.
Okay, so while we're on basketball, if you don't know, this week Kawhi Leonard made his way back to Toronto.
Yep.
And Kyle Lowry gave him his ring.
Yeah, he went back to Toronto.
That was a good moment.
The Raptors fans, they're actually pretty. That was a classy thing that they did. So they did like a replica of Kawhi's shot on the court, on the floor
against
with the footprints. Like, yeah. I thought that was so dope.
Listen, that was a shot heard around the world.
Yes.
Big moment for them last
They
season.
had a video tribute to him. He got his ring. Kawhi did the little fake cry, hugged it out with Kyle Lowry.
That's a good moment.
Saluted the crowd. Like, I thought that was very classy of the Raptors. And Canadian, because Kawhi was like, oh, they're probably going to boo me because, I'm playing for the opposing team. Who going to cheer for the opposing team when I know when it's like Canadians are going to root for the Raptors, but he's like, why would they root for somebody on the opposing team? But we all saw that the warm welcome he received. Yeah. But the Canadian fans are nice. Should I break up Kevin Durant? But when they booed him. But
they weren't nice that day.
Exactly. But overall,
overall, Canadians are like a little bit more nicer. Probably.
They are.
So,
they are.
That was a good moment for them.
Yeah. So I was happy for them.
Okay, so my favorite segment, Starring Dummy of the Week.
Right.
I'm going to start off with our dummy, Le'Veon Bell. For some reason, he said he had the flu. Yeah. He was sick, so he did not play. Mm-hmm. However, instead of him, acting sick and being at home, trying to recover, he goes bowling in what color pants?
In orange leather pants.
He goes bowling, gets caught. It gets back to the team, head management, the coaches. And instead of him being remorseful, he doesn't really care. He's mad because he got caught.
Yeah. He doesn't regret it.
He does not regret it. He goes on to say, I had my best bowling night ever. I don't regret it.
He was with his family and his friends.
Here's my issue with that.
And he said he felt better, so he felt like he should go bowling.
My problem with that is, even if you did feel better and you did get caught, at least be a little bit remorseful. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't. What type of dummy are you? Even if you felt the slightest little bit of better and you did a family outing, that's fine.
Or if that's the case, don't go.
Stay at home.
Right.
I'm sure it's a bowling alley in your basement. I'm positive.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure it's one in your basement. So you basically fake being sick to go bowling.
I think he bowled from 10 something at night to 1 in the morning when it closed.
Because that's how it's coming off, is that you fake sick to go bowling with your family. That's how I would look at it.
Right. And then the coach was like, he didn't really violate any he didn't really violate the rules or whatever, so they couldn't really punish him. Yeah. So he did end up playing Thursday night, December 12th. He did end up playing.
He's still trash. It doesn't matter.
He is, but he's pretty much the best player on that team, even though he hasn't been playing that well. So, and the coach was like, they out of players, so he needed to be playing last night. So
I'm just saying, show some type of remorse. That's my thing. Just out here not remorseful at all. You just hey, me and my family went bowling. What? Okay.
But if that's the case, if you do go out, why are you showing up in orange leather pants? That's a dead giveaway. And you're an athlete, so I'm sure you're pretty tall, right? So why are you trying to stand out?
Stupid. So our star of the week. If you have not been watching the Baltimore Ravens and are not aware of Lamar Jackson, I don't know what your problem is. Lamar Jackson has been playing amazing football, and I mean amazing football. He is the quarterback of the team. Last night during the game, he broke Michael Vick's single season quarterback rushing record, and Michael Vick congratulated him on
Yeah, he
that.
did. I saw that. Yep.
Like that's a big deal, and he was really like appreciative of like Mike Vick's congratulations to him, because like I know he idolized him. So like, listen, Lamar Jackson, and like his interviews be real chill. He's having a great season. So I posed the question last night, like on the podcast story. The question is, or the question was, is Lamar Jackson the MVP of this season? We got some votes, and 20% of the people said no, but 80% has said yes.
How many people voted?
How do you
the
tell?
question.
5. But it still votes. But it still votes.
Oh, majority rules.
Majority still rules.
Right. But he got some competition. I mean, so like Russell Wilson has been playing pretty great. Who else? I don't know, but there's other quarterbacks who have been playing great as well.
But he has been playing like the stuff that he does. So like in last night's game, I think the punter for their team was going to come onto the field. He sent them back and then threw for 36 yards and a touchdown. That's what I'm talking about. You listen, when you know in your mind, like, I got this, don't just let me play. And that's exactly what he did. He sent the kicker back and threw for so many yards and a touchdown. They won the game. Like, he's a good, dope player. I am not even mad about it. So here's exactly what it was. It says Lamar Jackson had sent the punt team to like stay on the sideline. After that, he threw a 36-yard pass to Mark Andrews on the 4th and 1, a 12-yard pass to like Seth was to Seth Roberts, and a 33-yard touchdown pass to Roberts. So after you sent the punt team back, you did all of this. You balling. You have an amazing eye, amazing arm, and I just like his attitude. Like, it's not cocky, it's real chill. Like, I like that in a player. Like, whether you are shining bright or not, if you can remain like in that humble spirit and still just be who you are in general, I like that. And so for that, right, he's my star of the week.
All right, as deserving.
It's deserving.
Right.
I think it is.
Right.
The Ravens might be a team to be.
They're them and the 49ers, though. They have the best records in the league as of right now.
Hey, so they might be the teams we see come Super Bowl time.
They both got, I think, 2 losses, right? I think no, the Ravens got 2. Yeah,
they might be the teams we see in this year's Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You never know. So yeah, good episode.
Yeah,
fun episode. If you do not already, please follow us on our Instagram. The Instagram page name is WDWKAS Podcast.
And our Twitter is What Do Women Know, and that's KNO, the number 1.
And if you do not, please find us on YouTube. Our YouTube page is WDWKAS Podcast. Again, it is WDWKAS Podcast. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. Ding! As always, I am Bree Nicole.
And I'm Vicky D.
We'll see y'all next week. Peace.